And joining us now on set is KTVU political analyst Brian Sobel. Thanks for being here.
My pleasure.
The president came to Washington to shake things up, and that's exactly what he did today. Do you think his tough talk will make a difference or have an impact on North Korea's Kim Jong-un?
Well, the setting was such that the message was delivered very clearly to North Korea. This is a setting where you have people who, by and large, the diplomats live in New York, so they've been watching the Trump administration and Donald Trump. So, and we as resident citizens of the United States, we've seen a lot of this. But delivering that speech at that podium to the world was Trumpian.
Do you think there's this theory, this madman theory, that the president being so unpredictable would strike fear in other world leaders that they wouldn't want to set off the president? Is that something to take into consideration here?
Well, I think so, because I think he's the type of president we're learning who is accustomed to the bluff, is accustomed to a transaction, a negotiation. I think the thing he thinks about is the stronger I look, the stronger people think I am, the more power I have, and he utilizes
and the less that people would mess with us.
Well, absolutely. Well, but also Kim Jong-un has the same sort of opinion, that he has now nuclear weapons, and he's a player as well. It's a very precarious situation.
It was really late, or many hours difference in Pyongyang. What do you think the reaction is tonight in Pyongyang after President Trump's speech to the UN?
Couldn't have been happy, and we'll probably see a defiant response to that. We'll probably see another missile launch here very, very quickly, and this is going to be a tit-for-tat kind of thing.
Two completely different views. Senator Dianne Feinstein said the goal of the UN is to foster peace and promote global cooperation. Today, the president used it as a stage to threaten war. On the other hand, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu from Israel said, in over 30 years in my experience with the UN, I've never heard a bolder and more courageous speech.
Well, and I think both are right, ironically. First of all, what Donald Trump did today was say to the world, we are 22% of the budget of the United Nations, and we have certain expectations about what the United Nations should be doing in the world. He called out various nations for their behavior. That is not something you see in these kinds of speeches. They're very deferential. Usually the president goes and, you know, is very, as I say, deferential and magnanimous and so forth. Donald Trump went to New York and was Donald Trump.
Very bold, very direct, and getting a lot of reaction around the world.
Oh, absolutely, on both sides.
We'll leave it at that. Brian,
absolutely.
Thank you.